Welcome to New Zealand. And if you like rotaries, I got lost in the smoke. Like the level of builds. Welcome to New Zealand. Can you believe drift games are in New Zealand? It took us a very long time to get here, but we're here for one reason and one reason only. The stop 2 of the LZ World Tour, and it is going to be a weekend that you guys are going to get your minds blown. New Zealand was a wild adventure. Wait till you see what's coming up in this video. It is actually unbelievable. But the Drift Games team are now back in Ireland. But not all of Drift Games is back in Ireland because we have some merchandise that we printed in New Zealand left over from the event in limited quantities and sizes with our good friends at the Choice Files. So on our website, we have a New Zealand warehouse section, which I'm going to put a link in the description below. So if you're used to massive shipping costs and waiting weeks to get stuff, this is the cheapest, quickest you're ever going to get Drift Games clothing in New Zealand. So take advantage of it. Hit the link in the description below and grab it while stocks last. All right, back to the video. So let's get straight into it. It is setup day here at Taupo Motorsports Park, and I was not supposed to be competing at this event. I came here to commentate with my good friend Jacob, which I still am, but I've been offered a car to drive in the competition as well. And this is it. I've never driven this chassis or engine package before. It is a Laurel, which is essentially kind of like the Nissan version of a Chaser, I guess, but also it's got front end the same as an S13, so that's normal. Inside, not so normal. You sit so far back in the car, you're actually behind the B-pillar, and because these cars are pillarless, you actually have no windows, so it's like a mega S13 coupe with 2 doors, even though the back door doesn't open. And it's running a dog box 4-speed. Winter's in the back. This car has competed in D1NZ for the whole season, and it actually came second against Luke Fink in the stadium 1 week ago. So they said it's already had the shit kicked out of it for the whole season. You might as well go and have some fun in it. But the reason I'm really excited about this car is the power plant. So when I went to Australia, I drove a Ford Falcon Ute, but it had an RB. I never got to experience the engine that I've never experienced before, but this one has it. We're getting to drive the legend that is the Barra. So this is a fully built Barra with a monstrous turbo on it, and this car runs about 600 horsepower. So it's kind of like a big S13 with a Barra. I've never driven anything like this before. So this weekend, I thought I was just going to be spectating, commentating, but I'm actually going to be in the competition. So in about 20 minutes, we get a couple of laps on another track, not the track we're competing on for the weekend, just to feel out the cars. So I'm going to turn the GoPro on, see how this thing goes. It was a super hectic day, so I'm giving my thoughts now. I've never driven a Laurel or a Barra engine Laurel at all, so my first lap was just feeling out the gears, the brakes. It's quite a different car than I've driven before, so I didn't want to bin it on the first lap, so I took it pretty easy, and then it was time to wind up for a few more. So this is my second lap and I'm feeling more confident in the car. I can't tell if the car was really good or just much easier than the Supra to drive. This car actually finished second at the D1NZ event the week before, so it was a little bit beat up and a little bit tired, but it still had tons of power and I was enjoying the Barra engine, which sort of felt like a mix between a V8 and a 2J. Car handled perfectly because the front suspension is essentially identical to an S13, and every single lap I drove it I actually felt it was pretty competitive. One of the weird things about this car is how big it is, but when you're sitting so far back in it, you feel like you're in an S13. But there was one niggling problem I had with the car that we'll get to a little bit later on. So I was super happy to get 2 laps in the car. It felt pretty competitive, and to be honest with you, I was pretty tired because there's an 11-hour time difference between Ireland and New Zealand. Every time we finished up, we were pretty sleepy, pretty tired. So I went straight back to the hotel, got some sleep because I wanted to be fresh for the main event. Good morning, it is game day, day 1 of the LZ World Tour. So today we are doing practice, qualifying, and then if you get to the top 13 in qualifying, you're straight to the main event tomorrow. If you don't, then you're battling today. So the aim is to try and get top 13, but the level of drivers here are insane, like Chelsea Denofa, Luke Fink, Dwayne McKeever. So it's going to be a tough one. The boys have been working all last night on the steering rack for the car. You guys who have seen it in practice, a little bit notchy, so Trent and the boys here have been working on the car to make sure it is A1 for today, and they put a new steering rack in it, so I'm super hyped on that. Thank you, Trent, I appreciate the hustle.
No, all good, brother. Come a long way, so we'll make it as best we can.
She's going to be good?
Yeah, nah, she's a pretty trusty old breed. Done a few laps now, this car.
Yeah. So Trent was telling me, how many tyres has it gone through this season?
I think it's like 1,000 litres at E85 and 100 semis.
So this car has done some stuff this year and it's still really good, so I'm really happy with it. So last weekend this car came second at the final of D1NZ, so it had a couple of hits, that's why the steering rack was bent, but I'm really happy the car is all good. And our teammate this weekend is none other than Mike Lake, who's also in a Laurel.
Oh, I'm so excited. First time driving a Laurel, it's so good. We did a bit of practice yesterday, slipped the clutch in the V8 car.
Yes, you had this one with a V8, this one's RB.
But I prefer the RB. So, not that I did it on purpose or anything, but now we're in the RB car. It feels awesome, man. So, yeah, I don't know. And I prefer a little bit more of a janky setup.
Basically, we're 2 lads, 8 doors.
Yeah, 8 doors.
And a lot of accelerators
No
from Tire Street. So we are ready to have some fun today. We're having fun. We're not going super competitive.
We're not, but usually I find when you don't try, it's actually when you do better, so.
You take the pressure off.
Yeah,
and that's what we're doing today. So we're gonna get in our suits, get out for practice, get some runs. The track we used yesterday for testing is a different track, so this is first laps for us in these cars. So a lot of borrowed cars on the grid. So let's get the suit on, see how we get on. So here it is, my first lap on the proper competition layout, and well, it didn't start so good because they changed the steering rack overnight and now the steering felt even worse. I tried to do a lap here and just make the car work, but it felt very much like there was no power steering. You can see me fighting the wheel here and it not self-correcting, so I knew something was wrong if it felt worse than it did the day before. So my initial thought was no power steering, and that might be an easy fix, I think. So with the power steering fixed, I headed for my first proper practice lap. This track is super fast, so I was trying to decide where I should enter, what gear I should be in, where I should pull the handbrake, if I even need to pull the handbrake. This is more of a familiarization lap, and every track you got to do this, especially when you're in a borrowed car. I'm not only in a borrowed car, but borrowed suit, gloves, helmet, everything. So I'm just trying to figure it out. But towards the end of the run, we had a problem. The clutch stuck to the floor, and it just kind of sprung back up very strangely. So we were starting to have a bit of an issue there. So even though the clutch was getting a bit iffy, I decided to go back for another lead run, and with one run in the bag, I decided to give this one my absolute all and go full aggression. And I like this because I clutch kick a little bit on entry, I don't even really use the handbrake, and this is much more of the speed that the other drivers were doing on the track. So I was really enjoying the speed of the course, how quick you need to transition, and the car was feeling absolutely dialed in. So with my lead run kind of dialed in, I decided to do a chase run. Now, I wasn't getting super close here, but I was also a little bit in the back of my mind thinking, will this clutch problem give me issues in qualifying later on? And it turns out that I was right to do that run, because this is where we had a big problem with the clutch. So the guys figured out that it wasn't actually the clutch that was the problem, but the clutch pedal. It had actually bent and got stuck behind a brake line. So we welded a washer to it. The guys were amazing, and I was able to go back out and do one absolute flyer before qualifying. So practice was over and it was a lot of fun. Even though I had power steering fail on the first lap and the clutch pedal stick for a few laps and I'd done no chase runs, I was still just happy to be driving at the event full stop. So we were heading to qualifying and I still had a massive smile on my face. Finished the first run, not my best lap of the day actually, it was my worst lap of the day. I mistimed the last corner completely, so actually did the hard part and messed up the easy part. So I'm like towards the bottom at the moment, a lot of pressure on the second run, but you know what, pressure's for tires, I'm having fun. But you know, these boys having fun. Look at this view, it's insane. Vibes are unmatched, like unreal. And this boy, Ryusei, he got a 95 in his first run, so he's killing it. All the boys are having fun. The cars here are like super stylish as well. And what's really cool, because we're so far from home, is to see Strom wheels. This boy's got them as well, on the Stroms.
Yeah, man, I'd love them DSO 5s at the one.
Exactly. So, all go here at the moment. We got Arias. It's just a good time. I'm not trying to take it too seriously, but I am going to try and wind in for a second lap, and then we'll see how we go. So it's been a hectic morning doing commentary and also trying to drive, so a lot going on, but the event is sick so far. So I am in the last chance top 16. I definitely overdrove my 2 laps, and I had Chelsea Dunn for saying to me like I was trying to be too perfect. I should have put in a safer run, but hey, we're having fun this weekend, so I got to tidy it up, maybe dial it back a little bit for the battles, because my first battle is Adam LZ. So me and Adam are going at it in the first battle of the 16. So this will be a fun one for the fans. And I've never battled LZ, so it's going to be fun as well. So just putting some Accelera tires on the car from Tire Streets, and we are going to be ready to go in the next 10 minutes. So next time you see me, I'll be on board battling Adam LZ. Chase run was okay. The start of it wasn't too good, but I got close towards the end. So I knew I probably wasn't getting an advantage from this point. So my only tactic in the lead run was to go as hot as possible into the first corner and hopefully stay on the track. Because if I went faster, I knew my car was a little faster than Adam's and it'd be tough for him to catch up.
Egan gets the win.
So, unbelievably, terrible qualifying session. Did an okay chase, okay lead, and took down Adam, which was, I think we were both a little messy, but I got the win. So I beat Adam LZ, which is like a big win for me. And I'm really stoked now to go forward and battle some more people today. If I get one more battle, I win one more, I can fight for the podium to try and get back into tomorrow, which would be amazing. So I'm not counting any chickens yet. I haven't driven very well today, but sometimes in drifting it's weird. You don't drive very well, but somehow you end up winning. So I've driven better at events and lost. So I'm just going to take it as it comes, get some fresh Tire Streets accelerators on the car, and yeah, some more battles ahead.
So next up was my top 8 battle against a local driver called Rody. He's very experienced, super nice guy. I had some great chats with him on the grid as well. Some other drivers told me that following his car is very difficult because he creates a lot of smoke, so I decided to not listen to that information, and it cost me.
But of course I'm there for useless facts. Well, here we go. Dave Egan, let's see what he does. He's in the lead position, needs to, I don't know, maybe if he just yanks on the handbrake a little bit longer, creates a mistake by the chase driver, he can set himself up with an OMT. Did I just see 5 wheels off by Rody Knowles?
You were dreaming, sir, you were dreaming, but Rody Knowles tucking in there.
Oh, he's held onto the drift too.
Dave Egan's front right tire barely on the track. So we're going to go down to the judge's decision, and it's going to be Rody Knowles. Sorry, Dave.
So, as you guys can see, I'm back in my regular clothes, about to head up to the tower to do some commentary, as I've been knocked out in the top 8 by a local driver, and he was really, really good. So, I got lost in the smoke. You guys saw it on the onboard. I tried to stay in it as long as I could in the smoke, but being a little unfamiliar with the track and also being not my car, I backed off, I straightened a little. It was all she wrote. Did a good lead run, I was happy with that.
So I planned to film a lot more that day, but between running the event, driving, and then commentating, and then a meet and greet, I was absolutely swamped, so I didn't take the camera out for the rest of the day. But what was really nice is that we had a 2-hour meet and greet, and some people wanted to meet me, and this guy, Liostras, I'll put his Instagram down below, not only gave us this really cool turbo lamp, but wait till you see this. This is the most mind-blowing I've ever been by some present that someone's given us, especially when you're in New Zealand, the Southern Hemisphere, so far from home. Everyone knows I love my Air Force, my Jordans. This guy made a replica of the Liberty Walk RX-7. How cool is that? And you might think, that's very cool, Dave. But what if he sent me another pair that were a replica of the Supra? Look at that. Isn't that absolutely insane? Thank you to all of the guys that came to the meet and greet. We got so many cool gifts and presents, had great conversations. And this is just an amazing memento to come back with. So we're gonna put this on a shelf at the HQ, and still blown away every time we go to an event that people even know who we are. So thank you so much for that. All right, that was day 1. It's time to head to day 2.
Good morning, guys. It is day 2 of the LZ World Tour. Yesterday, well, it was just very busy, so I didn't film much, but today is the main event day. I am not in the main event, but that does give me an opportunity to go and check out the rest of the show. As you guys can see, we have got our Drift Games shop here this weekend, which I'm really pumped on, and it's awesome that the New Zealand fans get to buy some stuff without all the shipping and customs. So we have all of our gear here and the accessories. But that's not why I've turned on the camera. I've turned on the camera because the car show here is absolutely insane. Like, the level of builds are beyond anything I've ever seen before. As a complete car show, there's just, everything is amazing. There's a lot of cars, and the public aren't allowed in just yet on the main day, so this is going to be so busy later on. So I'm going to do a quick run around of the stuff that I like, and there's a lot. These two cars are some of my favorites. Absolutely unbelievable 180SX beside a kooky 180SX. You got like the Zenki kit with the kooky kit mixed in. These things look awesome. And look at this. You got this S14 is super nice. On the Urus kit, like everything here is just wild. Nice Mark II, S15. But you guys know this is going to be my favorite car here. Obviously a little bit nostalgic, and it's amazing because the owner of this car was inspired by seeing my car, and they built this amazing Spirit Ray S13 with an Orbi on air. It is just insane. Look at this thing. Just finished for this show on the Ghana doors, tucking rim. Yahoo! It's definitely giving me that push, that inspiration to rebuild my old one, which hopefully we can announce some stuff about soon, but what a car. It's amazing Evo, like a rally car, but he drives it on the street. How insane is that? But probably the wildest car here is this, which is a Ferrari race car with a rotary and the front of an S14. Does it make sense? Well, you're about to see it. Look at this thing. Full clamshell front, S14A with the rotary on full center lock wheels, full race car interior. Look at this thing. Got adjustable sway bars on the center console. It's got an S15 dashboard. I didn't even notice that. S15 dashboard, S14 clamshell front, Ferrari. This is nuts. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff. Look at this, just beside it. Rotary MX-5. That is nuts. It just, I'm telling you, this video could go on for 700 years. Like, look at this. JZX, absolutely molded into perfection, on air. What a thing. My God, every car. The ride in the roof. Look at the scoop. That's insane. Got R31s. Got an Impala over there. Beautiful RX-7 over here. Honestly, there's too much to look at. I'm just gonna try and run around because I gotta go start the show soon. Like, perfection. Absolute perfection. The New Zealand car scene, I obviously didn't know much about it, and now I'm like, I don't know, it's the fit and finish, it's the quality of the builds, it's all just unbelievable. Like everywhere you look, and it's good variety too. You've got R34 GTRs, then you got Subaru wagons, Astagia, we got an Evo 6, 5, RX-7. Look at this thing. All rotaries. Cool R32. I'm trying to get through this quick, guys, but it's a massive car show. Look, there's a bathing ape liveried Cosworth kitted Mercedes on tees. Look at this. This is cool. That is wild. Shouldn't work. Works very well. That is so cool. Look, just look at the lineup. This yellow Altezza, very nice. Beautiful S15. Oh. Tuto PS, Evo 10. Look at this JZX90, lovely color. Like every car here is just beautiful. S14. Gonna walk. There's more over there. Look at this S15, 34 RX-7. There's like this wild RX-7 here, Rocket Bunny, beside a Eurofighter. Nice S14 Zenki here as well, drift car. Just very stylish. And then we got, this is one of my favorites here, this R32 GTR. Like super nice, super clean.
R31 wagon with an RB25. Look at that thing on air. Tandem R32. I'm sorry if the audio is not great. I'm on GoPro and everything is rotary that's on track, so it's super loud. But like over here, hold on, we got the Holy Grail here. Oh, we're close. We're close. We got a 180, S15, S14, S14. Dude, this Zenki is beautiful. This is a bit of me. That is unreal. I don't know if you guys want to watch anymore, but I'm enjoying this because the car show is usually, it's going to be so rammed later on. I'll show you, it's just this whole place is going to be packed. But just before the show starts, it's nice to go and see some of the cooler cars that are here, and there's a lot more. Some really, really nice 886s here. Very cool. And a KE. This thing is beautiful. So I've got distracted and started buying stuff now, but this is what we need.
Yeah.
Some A86 stuff.
Perfect.
Perfect. You guys have a lot of cool stuff. One car I wanted to show you guys, because I've just bought the 8.6, is this one. This is unbelievably like fit and finish, every nut and bolt. This is a Neil Sheehan car. Everything is fresh, clean. I don't know if you guys can see inside, but this thing is beautiful. Like carbon, everything. Just with the red lines. Just a lovely car. This car down here though, I really want to show you guys, and I was hoping that it would be where it was yesterday, because there's like everywhere you look here, there's like beautiful cars. But this thing is just another level. This RX-7, as far as I know, it's a replica of the original car, but very, very accurate. Look at this. What a car. There is just cars everywhere, and they've just opened the gates, so there's going to be like 10,000 people in here in the next half an hour. I'll show you what that looks like later. But this event has been wild so far. So we're gonna go get set up to start the main show. And yeah, this is gonna be a big day for the New Zealand car culture. So we're super happy to bring the event here. And you can see all the smiles on faces. Car guys, the build guys, the drift guys. It's just gonna be a celebration of car culture today. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so we're still pre-show, crowds are rolling in, the queue is insane, it's going to be wild, but I want to actually look at some of the cars that are driving in the competition, so we're going to go explore some of the builds. They're pretty different here in New Zealand, there's some really cool stuff. I'm going to start with the car that Chelsea's driving, which is a rotary 180, which is really, really cool. Chelsea's here.
Hey!
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
So you're here in your regular old rotary right-hand drive Wisefab car.
Exactly. Yeah. Everything I never drive.
Yeah.
This thing's sick.
And it's cool to come over and drive something completely different.
Well, I love the challenge of it. For me, it's like different motor, different car, different right-hand drive, and I never drive right-hand drive.
No.
Everyone's like, you go to Japan all the time. Like, my car in Japan is left-hand drive. So it's always fun. It's a challenge. That's why I do this.
And you qualified well.
Yeah, 6th or 7th. Yeah.
Which is pretty good in a car you've never driven before.
Yeah.
This thing is sick. It's like pretty basic to us back home in terms of 180 Wisefab, all that. But the rotary is totally different. Like,
Oh yeah, it's a really good one too. Like it's on at like 46, 4700 and goes to 9900.
Jeez.
Yeah, but they might as well just say 10,000.
It's like a
you would say 12,000.
I would say 15,000. It's like a motorbike.
That's right.
But it's really cool. Best of luck at the show
Yeah,
today.
man. Thanks
Enjoy.
for having me.
We'll see you in a bit. So one of my favorite cars here is this. Ty Jeffries is driving this S14.9. It looks insane. It's beautiful. What a machine. So you got that parked beside Banganan's RTR and his new RTR, which we also have one of those in our truck this year for Drift Masters. So RTRs, stylish 15s, rotaries, it just has it all here. Blaine's he's been running around. It's hard to catch his static this weekend.
I've done about 1 million miles of running this weekend, yeah.
Blaine's mood ring on his iPhone has actually shorted out. His mood ring is overheated. He's done that much mileage here. But it's fun, it's good.
It's some venue. It's so like this is so
Look at that. The scenery is insane.
It's just unbelievable.
What's up, Sky?
Hey Dave, how's it going?
This man bringing out all the Eurofighters. Like, look at this thing.
So we've got one here.
That's
This is my demo car. It's obviously all HGK Eurofighter on the body kit. And then we engineered everything else, and we love this chassis.
It's so cool.
Yeah. And then obviously you driven one.
I drove James. Well, I tried to drive it. But it's a really, really nice chassis. It works really, really well, and they look great with the kit too.
Yeah, I love it.
Gorgeous. We're gonna see it out on track. We got some shots of it, so go have fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Amazing.
We'll see you soon. All
Catch you
right.
on track.
All right. So you've seen the usual stuff. Now we're going to get to the stuff that you never see anywhere else. Just in this section, I'm going to do a little walkthrough. So first of all, we've got Rene's RX-7 here. Look at this thing. Full drift car. You are a madman. Look what you're doing to a beautiful RX-7. Look at this, making a mess. Making a mess.
Yeah.
This is probably one of my favorite cars I've seen ever drifting, because it looks like a show car, but it goes like a drift car. You're having fun.
Yeah, it's a picnic out there, yeah.
This thing is unbelievable. Another rotary RX-7 MC. So it's wild in here. Well, best of luck today.
Yep.
Have fun. Enjoy. And if you like rotaries, we got some for you here. Jay Duca's car is here. Look at this thing. So we got a rotary Holden Commodore. And then we got the big boy here. 6 rotor RX-7. Benji's here. Benji, what's up, dude?
What's up, brother?
You good?
How are you?
Making loads of noise as always.
Yeah, bro. It's pretty good.
Having fun?
Yeah, man.
Track's good?
Yeah, it's sick.
This thing is an animal out there.
Oh, bro. Like, just getting more track time. I haven't been out in, like, probably about a year, so.
Best of luck, enjoy.
Sweet,
Make
brother.
loads of noise. So we got a 6 rotor, a 3 rotor, 2 rotor. It's just, yeah, there's a lot going on. We got Suzuki-san in a Eurofighter, so you know him from driving the Drift McLaren. So he's here in this insane machine. We got, everybody's here. Ryu stays here, I don't know, I think he's on track right now. Such a mix of personalities, cars, builds, experience, champions. That's what this event is all about. But I can't look at any more because I gotta go do some commentary. What's up, Ty?
Morning, mate. How are ya?
Look who we found. Look who's just hanging around in the pits. Big man Dwayne.
How you doing?
So this is like, I don't think you've done that many events outside of Europe before, have you?
Maybe a handful, like
Yeah.
it's the first time maybe in 5 years.
So he did struggle yesterday. He only got a 99.3 in qualifying, so he was under pressure.
Practice wasn't that smooth, but it seemed to always seemed to come together for me for qualifying, and just it's a wing and a prayer.
He's basically living the opposite of my life. Practice goes well and then qualifying falls apart. But no, you're having fun though.
Loving it.
Car's
So,
good?
Car's brilliant at the minute. Guys just want to keep sending me out, and I'm just like, oh, I've done enough.
So Sean Petros, the guy who gave you the car, is basically the New Zealand version of you.
That's what everybody keeps telling me. Sean drives like me, so don't be afraid to flash
He
the
also
car.
drinks like Dwayne too. So the two boys at the bar were like pretty similar. You're having fun. I'm not going to be biased, but I hope you win today.
Thank you.
So yeah, we're going to head upstairs. The place is filling up. I am looking forward to an amazing show today.
What an amazing event New Zealand was. I wanted to film a lot more for you guys, but between running the event, commentating, and then surprisingly driving at the event, I was just pulled in every single direction. And sometimes you've got to prioritize the people that are there because you'll never really see them in the flesh again over the video stuff. But I'm hoping we got enough together in this video for you guys to know what went on. New Zealand was an amazing experience. The people were so friendly. The scenery was awesome. We had an amazing time from start to finish. However, traveling 41 hours to be there for 4 days and then traveling another 41 hours to come back, I am absolutely exhausted, especially when the time zones are almost completely opposite. When we got back to Dublin Airport, we were pooped. But thankfully, when we got back to Dublin Airport, we always use Exemplar Airport Concierge, which is our friend Luke, who's also a drifter. And that means that they get you your car all cleaned up, valeted, and returned to you. So at least when you get off the plane, you don't have to go to the car park, you don't have to get on the bus. They have everything ready. They have a nice little drink there for you. So I got home, got some sleep, and when I woke up, I made this video. So I'm still very, very tired, and it was so worth the jet lag to be able to do that event, the LZ World Tour, bringing car culture together all across the world. And we saw some amazing battles and great stories, and I just can't wait for the next one as we move forward to the UK in September later in the year. In the meantime, we're back in HQ. We've got a ton of stuff that we need to do before we head to Spain for Drift Masters, which is now round 1, was round 2. So we're going to get into that in the next couple of episodes. We have a lot of exciting projects coming up. I promise you guys, it is going to be worth your time. So right now, I'm going to do exactly what I've wanted to do since I got off that plane.